Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a topic that we often overlook but is crucial to our success and happiness: the idea of shutting down your emotions. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me clarify what I mean. I'm not saying we should ignore our feelings or pretend they don't exist. No, what I'm talking about is taking control of those emotions so they don't control us. Recognizing your emotions is the first step toward mastering them. Often, we find ourselves caught up in the whirlwind of daily life, reacting to situations without taking the time to truly understand what we're feeling. Emotions can be powerful forces that influence our decisions, relationships, and overall well-being. When we bypass the crucial step of acknowledgement, we risk letting our feelings control us instead of the other way around. To begin recognizing your emotions, it's essential to create a space for self-reflection. This could be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to check in with yourself. Ask yourself questions like, how am I feeling right now? Or what triggered this feeling? This practice not only helps in identifying emotions, but also cultivates mindfulness. By being present and aware of your feelings, you can start to untangle the web of emotional responses that often feels overwhelming. Journaling can be an effective tool in this process. Writing down your thoughts and feelings provides a physical outlet for your emotions. It allows you to see them on paper, giving you a clearer perspective. You might find patterns in your feelings or identify specific triggers that lead to certain emotional responses. This insight is invaluable. When you understand what prompts certain feelings, you can prepare yourself to respond more effectively when those situations arise again. Another aspect of recognizing your emotions is understanding that it's perfectly okay to feel a wide range of emotions. Society often promotes the idea that we should always be happy or positive, leading many to suppress or deny their true feelings. However, every emotion serves a purpose. Anger, for example, can signal that something is wrong and needs addressing, while sadness can be a cue to take time for self-care. By acknowledging these emotions without judgment, you give yourself permission to experience life fully. Emotional awareness also involves being attuned to the physical sensations that accompany your feelings. Often, our bodies will react to emotions before our minds can process them. You might notice a tightness in your chest when you're anxious, or a warm sensation in your stomach when you're excited. Paying attention to these physical cues can help you pinpoint. This holistic approach, considering both emotional and physical sensations, can provide a comprehensive understanding of your emotional landscape. Engaging in conversations with trusted friends or mentors can also facilitate emotional recognition. Sharing your feelings can be a powerful way to gain clarity and insight. Sometimes an outside perspective can illuminate aspects of our emotions that we may not see on our own. It's also a reminder that we're not alone in our feelings, which can be comforting and validating. Talking through emotions can help to demystify them, making it easier to confront and manage them. Lastly, remember that recognizing emotions is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Emotions are dynamic and can change from moment to moment. Therefore, maintaining a regular practice of emotional check-ins can foster a deep understanding of your feelings over time. This consistency will empower you to take control rather than allowing emotions to dictate your actions. By recognizing and acknowledging your emotions, you lay the groundwork for a healthier relationship with yourself and a more fulfilling life. Taking control of your emotions is a fundamental aspect of personal empowerment. It involves recognizing that while feelings are a natural part of being human, they don't have to dictate your actions or responses. Many people mistakenly believe that emotions are something to be controlled or suppressed. But the reality is that we can learn to manage them in a way that allows us to maintain our composure and pursue our goals effectively. The first step in taking control of your emotions is to develop self-awareness. This means being able to identify what you're feeling in the moment and understanding the context behind those feelings. When you experience a strong emotion, whether it's anger, fear, or excitement, it's crucial to pause and ask yourself why you're feeling that way. What triggered this emotion? Is it rooted in a past experience or a present situation? By examining the underlying causes, you create a foundation for effective emotional management. Once you have a grasp on your feelings, the next step is to practice emotional regulation. This doesn't mean denying your feelings. Instead, it means finding constructive ways to express and cope with them. For instance, if you feel anger rising in response to a situation, rather than reacting impulsively, take a moment to breathe and assess the situation. This pause can prevent you from saying or doing something you might regret later. Consider engaging in physical activity, writing in a journal, or practicing mindfulness to release pent-up emotions in healthy ways. Another essential aspect of controlling your emotions is reframing your thoughts. The way you interpret events significantly impacts how you feel about them. If you encounter a setback at work, instead of viewing it as a failure, try to see it as a learning opportunity. This shift in perspective can help transform frustration into motivation, allowing you to approach challenges with a growth mindset. By consciously reframing negative thoughts, you can change the emotional response that accompanies them. Additionally, it's important to establish coping strategies for difficult emotions. Everyone has their unique triggers, so having a toolkit of techniques ready to deploy can be invaluable. This might include deep breathing exercises, visualization, or even engaging in hobbies that bring you joy. Finding healthy outlets for your emotions is crucial. When feelings are expressed constructively, they don't accumulate and turn into stress or resentment. Developing emotional intelligence is also key to taking control of your emotions. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing not only your feelings, but also the emotions of others. By becoming more attuned to the emotional climate around you, you can navigate social situations with greater ease. This understanding allows you to respond to others empathetically, which can diffuse tensions and create a more supportive environment. When you're emotionally aware of yourself and those around you, you're better equipped to handle challenging interactions. Moreover, seeking feedback from trusted friends or mentors can aid in your journey toward emotional control. Sometimes we're too close to our emotions to see them clearly. An outside perspective can provide insight into how we react and offer suggestions for managing our responses. Open conversations about feelings can also strengthen relationships and foster a sense of community, making it easier to cope with emotional challenges. Finally, remember that taking control of your emotions is a continuous journey, not a destination. It requires practice, patience, and self-compassion. As you work on this skill, you'll likely encounter setbacks along the way. Rather than viewing these as failures, see them as opportunities for growth. Each experience will teach you more about your emotional landscape, enabling you to respond with greater maturity and confidence in the future. By taking control of your emotions, you empower yourself to live a more intentional and fulfilling life. Practicing resilience is a vital skill that can significantly enhance your ability to navigate life's challenges. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulties. It's about facing them head on, learning from them, and emerging stronger. Life is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected turns, but how you respond to these challenges can define your path. Embracing resilience allows you to cultivate a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. The foundation of resilience lies in developing a positive outlook. This doesn't mean adopting a blind optimism, but rather maintaining a realistic yet hopeful perspective. When faced with setbacks, it's essential to reframe the situation. Instead of focusing solely on what went wrong, consider what you can learn from it. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? How can I apply this lesson moving forward? This shift in thinking can turn feelings of defeat into motivation to improve and adapt. Moreover, resilience is heavily influenced by your support system. Surrounding yourself with positive, encouraging individuals can provide the strength you need during tough times. Friends, family, mentors, or support groups can offer guidance, lend an empathetic ear, and remind you that you're not alone in your struggles. Engaging with a community not only provides emotional support, but also offers different perspectives and insights, which can help you see situations in a new light. When you share your challenges with others, you often find that many have faced similar situations, and their experiences can offer valuable lessons. Additionally, developing problem-solving skills is crucial for resilience. When obstacles arise, instead of becoming paralyzed by fear or uncertainty, focus on finding actionable solutions. Break down the problem into manageable steps and assess your options. This proactive approach allows you to regain a sense of control over the situation. Each time you successfully navigate a challenge, you reinforce your resilience and build confidence in your ability to handle future difficulties. Mindfulness practices also play a significant role in cultivating resilience. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to stay grounded in the present moment, which can help reduce anxiety and stress when facing challenges. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or even mindful walking can provide mental clarity and emotional calmness. When you're more centered, you're better equipped to face obstacles without being overwhelmed by negative emotion. Mindfulness allows you to observe your feelings without judgment, creating a space where you can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Another key aspect of resilience is embracing flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances is crucial. Instead of rigidly clinging to plans or expectations, cultivate an openness to new possibilities. This flexibility enables you to pivot when necessary and find alternative routes to your goals. Embracing change as a natural part of life can reduce the frustration that often accompanies unexpected setbacks. Setting realistic goals also contributes to resilience. When you establish achievable objectives, you create a roadmap for success that can guide you through challenging times. Break larger goals into smaller, actionable steps and celebrate your progress along the way. Each small victory reinforces your resilience and motivates you to continue moving forward, even when faced with obstacles. Finally, self-care is an essential component of resilience. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health provides a strong foundation for coping with challenges. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate rest are crucial for maintaining your energy and focus. Additionally, engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment can replenish your spirit, helping you approach challenges with renewed vigor. By embracing resilience, you equip yourself with the tools necessary to navigate life's ups and downs. Rather than succumbing to adversity, you learn to rise above it, armed with the knowledge that every setback is merely a setup for a comeback. Resilience empowers you to face challenges with confidence, transforming obstacles into stepping stones toward personal growth and success. The first step in conquering fear is to identify its source. What exactly are you afraid of? Is it the fear of failure, the fear of judgment from others, or perhaps the fear of the unknown? Pinpointing the root of your fear allows you to confront it more directly. For instance, if you're afraid of failing in a new job, consider what that failure would mean for you. Would it affect your self-esteem, your financial stability, or your relationships? By unpacking these layers, you gain clarity on what's truly at stake and can address it more effectively. Once you've identified your fears, it's essential to assess their validity. Often our fears are exaggerated or based on worst-case scenarios that may never come to pass. Challenge these thoughts by asking yourself, what is the evidence that supports this fear? What evidence exists that contradicts it? This critical examination can help you gain a more balanced perspective. You might discover that the likelihood of your fears materializing is much lower than you initially believed. This shift in mindset is a crucial part of dismantling the grip that fear has on you. Another effective strategy for conquering fear is exposure. Gradual exposure to what you fear can desensitize you over time. If you're afraid of public speaking, start small. Practice speaking in front of a mirror, then move on to friends or family, and eventually work your way up to larger groups. Each small step builds your confidence and reinforces the idea that you can face your fears. Celebrate these victories, no matter how minor they may seem. Acknowledging your progress serves as a powerful motivator and reminds you of your capacity to overcome challenges. It's also vital to create a support system that encourages you to confront your fears. Share your fears with trusted friends, family, or mentors who can offer guidance and encouragement. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can help bolster your confidence and provide perspective. They can remind you of your strengths and past successes, reinforcing the belief that you are capable of facing whatever fear stands in your way. Mindfulness practices can also play a crucial role in conquering fear. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or visualization can help center your thoughts and reduce anxiety. When fear arises, take a moment to ground yourself. Focus on your breath, visualize a peaceful scenario, or recite positive affirmations. These techniques help interrupt the cycle of fear and allow you to regain control over your emotional response. Additionally, reframing your fear can transform how you approach it. Instead of viewing fear solely as a threat, consider it an opportunity for growth. Each time you face a fear, you learn something new about yourself and your capabilities. Embrace the idea that discomfort is often a precursor to growth. When you shift your perspective from fear to opportunity, you empower yourself to take action rather than retreating into avoidance. Finally, remember that conquering fear is an ongoing journey. There will be times when fear resurfaces, and that's perfectly normal. What matters is how you respond to it. By consistently practicing these strategies and reminding yourself of your resilience, you can build a stronger foundation for emotional management. The more you confront your fears, the more control you gain over your emotions, allowing you to pursue your goals with confidence and determination. Embracing this journey not only enriches your life, but also inspires those around you to confront their fears as well. Shifting to positivity is a powerful tool in emotional management that can profoundly influence how you experience life. In a world filled with challenges and setbacks, it's easy to get caught up in negativity. Stressful situations, disappointments, and conflicts can weigh heavily on our minds, making it difficult to see the brighter side. However, actively choosing to focus on positive aspects can transform your mindset and enhance your overall well-being. The first step in shifting to positivity is developing an awareness of your thoughts. Negative thinking often operates on autopilot, leading to a spiral of pessimism that can be hard to break. Start by paying attention to your internal dialogue. What kinds of thoughts do you entertain during difficult moments? Are they predominantly negative, or do you find moments of hope and gratitude? Identifying negative thought patterns is crucial because it allows you to challenge and reframe them. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'll never succeed at this," consider rephrasing it to, "I'm learning and growing through this experience." This simple shift can change your entire perspective and open the door to possibilities. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity. By consciously acknowledging what you are grateful for, you can shift your focus from what's lacking in your life to what you already have. Start a gratitude journal where you jot down 3 things you appreciate each day. They can be as simple as a sunny day, a warm cup of coffee, or a kind word from a friend. This practice trains your brain to recognize the positives, creating a more optimistic outlook over time. When you regularly focus on gratitude, it becomes easier to find joy in everyday moments, even when life gets tough. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can significantly impact your emotional state. The people we interact with shape our perspectives and feelings. Seek out relationships that uplift and inspire you, whether it's friends, family, or mentors who encourage a positive mindset. Engaging in conversations that focus on growth, resilience, and achievements can help reinforce a positive environment. Likewise, be mindful of the content you consume: books, movies, social media. Surrounding yourself with uplifting and motivational material can further nurture a positive mindset. Another effective strategy for shifting to positivity is to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. What hobbies or interests make you feel alive? Whether it's painting, hiking, dancing, or volunteering, dedicating time to what you love can create a sense of purpose and happiness. When you immerse yourself in activities that resonate with you, it's easier to cultivate a positive outlook. These joyful experiences serve as reminders of what's good in life, even during challenging times. Practicing mindfulness can also enhance your ability to shift to positivity. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present and fully engage with the moment, reducing anxiety about the past or future. Techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking a walk in nature can help you connect with the present and create space for positive thoughts. When you focus on the here and now, it becomes easier to appreciate life's small pleasures. Finally, embracing a growth mindset can significantly affect your emotional landscape. When you view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles, you cultivate resilience. This mindset allows you to approach setbacks with curiosity rather than despair. Instead of saying, "I failed," consider reframing it as, "I learned something valuable that will help me next time." This shift not only fosters positivity, but also empowers you to take proactive steps toward improvement. In conclusion, shifting to positivity is a dynamic process that requires intentional effort and practice. By developing awareness of your thoughts, practicing gratitude, surrounding yourself with uplifting influences, engaging in joyful activities, and embracing mindfulness and a growth mindset, you can transform your emotional landscape. This shift not only enriches your life, but also enhances your ability to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. The power of positivity is within your reach, waiting to uplift your journey. Taking control of your emotional responses is an empowering step toward leading a more balanced and fulfilling life. Many people find themselves reacting impulsively to situations driven by their emotions, which can lead to regrettable actions and strained relationships. By consciously choosing how to respond, you not only enhance your emotional intelligence, but also create a more constructive environment for yourself and those around you. The first step in taking control is developing self-awareness. Understanding your emotional triggers is essential for effective management. What situations tend to evoke strong emotions in you? Is it a critical comment from a colleague, a disagreement with a partner, or a challenging task at work? By identifying these triggers, you can prepare yourself to respond more thoughtfully when they arise. This awareness allows you to anticipate emotional reactions and gives you the opportunity to practice emotional regulation before those feelings escalate. Once you recognize your emotional triggers, it's crucial to create a strategy for responding rather than reacting. One effective technique is the pause and breathe method. When you feel a strong emotion surfacing, take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. This brief interruption allows you to step back from the situation, giving you a chance to gather your thoughts and emotions. Use this moment to assess what you're feeling and why. By creating space between the emotion and your reaction, you can choose a response that aligns with your values rather than one that might be driven by impulse. Another key aspect of taking control is understanding the distinction between emotions and actions. Emotions are natural and valid, but they do not have to dictate your behavior. It's important to remind yourself that while feeling angry, sad, or anxious is part of being human, those feelings don't have to dictate how you act. For example, feeling anger in a heated moment may tempt you to lash out verbally, but recognizing that anger is just an emotion allows you to choose a more constructive approach, such as expressing your feelings calmly or seeking resolution through dialogue. Developing coping strategies is also crucial for emotional management. These can include techniques such as mindfulness, journaling, or physical activity. Mindfulness practices help ground you in the present moment and can reduce the intensity of overwhelming emotions. Regularly taking time to reflect through journaling allows you to process your feelings and gain clarity. Physical activities, whether it's going for a run, practicing yoga, or dancing, can help release pent-up emotions and provide a sense of relief. Finding what works best for you is essential in creating a personalized toolbox for emotional control. Additionally, setting boundaries is an important component of managing your emotional responses. Sometimes our emotions are heightened because we feel overwhelmed by others' expectations or demands. By establishing clear boundaries, relationships, and commitments, you protect your emotional well-being. This might mean saying no to certain requests or limiting interactions with individuals who drain your energy. Finally, it's important to practice self-compassion. We are all human and nobody is perfect. You will experience moments where emotions get the best of you, and that's okay. Instead of berating yourself for perceived failures, treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that you are working on growth and that each experience, whether positive or negative, is a valuable learning opportunity. This compassionate approach helps reduce stress and promotes resilience, making it easier to regain control in future situations. Taking control of your emotional responses is a journey that requires practice and commitment. By developing self-awareness, creating strategies for thoughtful responses, distinguishing between emotions and actions, establishing boundaries, and practicing self-compassion, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with grace. This proactive approach not only enhances your emotional intelligence, but also fosters healthier relationships and a greater sense of overall well-being. Each step you take toward emotional control brings you closer to living a more intentional and fulfilling life.